I will fight for a job. That's how competitive this job is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new, my name is Alejandra. I will be sharing my ultrasound sonographer journey. Everything that has to do with school, with graduating, with finding a job, with the board exams, anything that has to do with sonography, I'm your girl because I'm going through it right now. If you guys are interested in seeing what's been up with me, with sonography, with finding a job, please keep on watching. So let's get started. So I have a little list right here that if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my list because I don't want to forget anything. It's been, let's see, I graduated December 5th and it is now, what's today? It's January 9th. I still don't know how to feel about it. I feel like it came by way too fast, even though when I was 1 year into it, I felt like it was never gonna come, and I felt like it was taking freaking eternity. But we're here today. The last day. Day one. It's like the beginning. It's the end of the beginning. So I'm excited. See what this let's see what this next chapter of my life has to offer. So it's been a month. It's been a month and a couple of days. And you know, the holidays, you know, holiday thing was going on, you know, it was like Christmas, New Year's. It was just a really awkward time to be looking for a job, to be quite honest with you guys. It's just, you know, you don't want to commit to a job when, like, you know, the holidays are here. And I mean, I was looking for a job, don't get me wrong. I was sending out my resume, but I wasn't like really pressing the issue on it because I really wanted to get really serious about it after New Year's, because I mean, new year, new me. I'm kidding. No, I've been studying for my SPI. I'm almost done with the process. The school pays for your board exam, which is like $200, $250, I think. Like $200, $250, somewhere in between that. So I did the whole process, got the school to, you know, pay for it, sent my paperwork in, and now I'm just waiting for them to get back to me so I could set a date. But I have been studying for the board exam, and it is so hard, guys. It is not easy. It's really confusing. You need to, honestly, you have to go through that book at least 5 times. And the book that I'm using is the Edelman book, the Understanding Ultrasound. You know what? I'll put it somewhere right here, so you guys could see, and in the description box. So yeah, I've been studying with that book, and it's easy to understand the book, but everything's just hard about physics. It's not an easy subject. So the book does make it easier to understand, but physics in general is hard. So you're gonna have to put in a lot of time to study for this exam. I would have, you know, if we lived in a perfect world, you know, which we don't. If we lived in a perfect world, you know, everybody says, oh yeah, you have to go to college. Oh, and this is from San Jose State University, but I did not go there. I'm just from San Jose. Just putting that out there. But yeah, it's just, you know, we're supposed to go to college, we're supposed to get a degree, we're supposed to, you know, get a career, and then we're gonna find a job. It doesn't work like that, because this is not a perfect world. I mean, who talks about what happens in between from graduation to getting a job? No one talks about the in between. We don't really ask too much about it either. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna graduate. Once I graduate, I'm gonna get a job. Wrong. Doesn't work like that. it's really hard to find a job, guys, with no experience in any job. It's hard to land that first job to get your foot in the door. It is. It's hard, especially with a career like this, because you need to be certified from the state, and it's just so many tests that it takes to be like the perfect candidate for a job. Before you can take your ARDMS or your RDMS, you have to take your SPI, which is what I'm working towards. And then after, you have to take your AART, and then you have to take, and then there's the ARDMS or the RDMS. That's another video because that's really confusing, guys. Like, do your research. And another thing, so it's competitive, right? So I was doing, you know, my internship at this location. It was a 3D, 4D. It was diagnostics and non-diagnostics, and they also did fertility. Okay, it was great. It was nice. You know, everybody wants to get hired where they do their internship. I mean, that's what we would like to do, right? It's like you don't have to even look for a job. They just offer it. But the place that I got placed at, it wasn't really like that. It's just like this. The guy that I was working for, he was the owner. He was the only person working there, only sonographer. He didn't even have a receptionist. He did everything himself. And I honestly think it's because he was really cheap and it's his own business and he'd rather just do everything himself. Can't blame him, you know. But it's like he didn't really, it didn't seem like he really even wanted to, you know, hire anyone. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna get hired here, but a lot of people do. Some people do get hired at their internship. So I mean, if you're lucky enough to do that, or to get a job offer wherever you're interning, then that's great. But it doesn't happen to everyone. So keep that in mind, because you might get lucky, but you might not. And it's also depends on your work. Don't get me wrong. You have to work really hard you don't just go there and then they offer you a job once you're done. No, you have to show them what you're really about. But this guy, he's been in the business forever, and you know, from conversations, you know, it's like, from my understanding is that he's had a lot of interns and he doesn't really hire them. And it's not that they don't know what they're doing, it's just he kind of just uses them because, you know, when a school sends an intern to a location, the school is paying this person to take the intern. You know, the intern is not getting paid by the business owner or by the clinic or whatever. Your school is paying the clinic to have you there. So of course it's like cha-ching, you know, another student that I get, you know, I don't know. That's kind of how I felt like it was. It was more of like a money thing, not much because he wanted to hire us or, you know, any of that. So there's that. You know, it just, you know, there was a person that was also like shadowing there, and it just got me so mad because she was there the last week that I was there, the last 2 weeks that I was there, and she was just kissing his ass so much, guys. Oh my god. Like, if you know me, I hate people who kiss ass. Like, I will not kiss ass. But then it was getting to a point where, like, I will fight for a job. That's how competitive this job is. Like, I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm so irritated. Like, what if she gets a job and I don't? What if he actually wants to hire someone and he doesn't hire me? And don't even get me started with that, because that's probably like another story there. But it's really competitive, guys. It's a competitive field because it is, but it's not. Because I know in my previous video I did say that it wasn't a competitive field, but it is. It is. In terms of landing your first job I think that's the most competitive thing about it, because it's so new in the Bay Area, is landing your first job is a really competitive thing, because first of all, there's people that are moving from other cities looking at how much an ultrasound technician makes here in the Bay Area, but they don't think about or do the research on rent. Rent is expensive AF out here. San Jose is like the number 3 in the United States. Don't quote me on that, but from what I remember, it's something like that. So it's really expensive to live here. So it's like, yeah, you're making a really large amount of money, but it's like a lot of that money is going towards your rent or your mortgage, and it's a lot more than other cities. So that's another thing, is that now you're having not only to compete with new graduates, but you're also competing with people that are moving over here, because everybody's moving here. Tech companies, you know, there's just so many tech companies out here in the Bay Area, and you know, their spouses, they might be an ultrasound tech and they're trying to find a job here and they have experience and you don't. Or just in general, I don't know where you guys are from, but it's just competitive to get a job. You know, you have to either know someone, or you know, get hired right after your internship, or you know, just bust your ass and try to get a job. And that's where I'm at now. Okay, I'm not complaining. I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining, because you know, once I land that first job, everything after that will be a lot easier. Me and my friends, two of my friends graduated, I think like a month before I did, and no jobs. None of us have, the 3 of us and a couple other people from before still have not gotten jobs. So it's hard. It's hard, but you need to put yourself out there. You need to take your board exams. So that's another thing, is your state board exams. Those are really important, guys, because it's like, okay, are you gonna hire someone that's state board certified, or are you gonna get someone that doesn't have any certifications, just a diploma? Which one, right? You know, and it's like, the more certifications you have, the more you're gonna get paid, the better chances you are to get that job. So that's another thing, is that these board exams really do make a difference when you're applying for a job. So keep that in mind as well. I mean, it's like, what do you really do after you graduate? You're kind of on your own, guys, and you have to, you know, manage your time wisely in getting your job, because sometimes you get distracted with other things and you're not as focused, because you don't have to go to school every day. You lose your routine. If you're not working, or if you're working, sometimes I've heard of other students at my school too saying that they just get so into the job that they have now that they don't have time to even look for a job or study for their tests. And that's very important, guys. Like, that's something that's really important. So even after you graduate, you're not done working. You're not. It's like, it's grind time. You have to find a job. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys learned something from this video. I definitely wanted to touch on some things that people do not talk about. Most of the time people talk about the good things, the positive things. And yes, I like to stay positive and everything, but here are some cons when it comes down to this career. It might vary from city to city as well, so don't get discouraged just because of what I'm, telling you guys, but these are some things to keep in mind. So don't get discouraged if you get to this point in your journey and you're not getting that job, or you're not where you want to be after you graduate, because it's a process and you need to trust the process. It's like you work so hard during school, studying and all this. to graduate, and you'll get there. I'll get there. And you guys are going to be here through the whole journey because I will be sharing everything with you guys. But yeah, yeah, these are some of the things that I have stumbled upon after graduating, and these are some things that people just do not talk about. And I wanted to let you guys know that there are some negative things, but don't let it hold you back from doing it, from doing ultrasound, because I love it. I still love it. I can't wait to just land that job so I could tell you guys about it, so I could, have some exciting news next time to tell you. So, I'm really pushing for a new job. I don't care how long it's gonna take. I'm willing to, take my time. It's okay. I've really enjoyed time at home with my kids. I've, been able to upload on YouTube more often. So it's not all negative, But definitely keep these things in mind when you're going into the career, looking for a school, or considering doing ultrasound. Here are some other things that you should definitely consider. If you guys have any more questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. I do my best to reply to every single comment. I also get a lot of DMs on Instagram. I try my best to get back to those. I eventually do. Sorry if I take really long, but I definitely do want to get back to everybody who has a question. But yeah, guys, I think that I have covered everything. But yeah, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.